Why are you clapping?
It's time to get the lowdown.
On this week's episode, we have a great interview coming up with Sean Lilly Wilson, the founder of Fullsteam Brewery in Downtown Durham. Tracy, tell our viewers how you remember his name.
Well, I had a hard time remembering it at first because it was so long. So I remember Sean of the Dead, Lilies go at funerals, and Wilson and Phillips would sing at a funeral. So Sean Lilly Wilson.
When have you seen Wilson Phillips singing at a funeral?
I have never seen it except in my mind's eye. When I think about my funeral, I want Wilson and Phillips.
Wilson and Phillips.
Write that down.
Tracy's funeral. Big fan right here. But first, in our Lowdown review series, we have a great review of some products we found at the dollar store.
Or not so great.
We wanted to do the 5 most ridiculous items you can find at the dollar store.
And there's a lot.
There's a lot. So with that, and you can buy a lot of them. So with that, let's go. Number 5.
Okay, number 5, cold pack compress. I do like the color, but it's ridiculous. You put it in the refrigerator or the freezer, and then you put it around your knee.
I have bad knees, so this looks helpful to me.
I don't think it would actually fit you.
It fit my eye.
That's dumb. I think it looks like a hemorrhoid thing, so this would work for hemorrhoids.
All right, so the hemorrhoid compact cold
Or
press
knee
compact.
brace. Yeah.
Number 4, we have the clothespin chopsticks. These fancy little chopsticks that are put together at the end. These are awesome. If you can't use chopsticks and you really want to.
You should be ashamed of yourself if you can't use chopsticks.
Or you can get these. Awesome.
That's for a child.
Number 3, or me.
Number 3, a child or my husband. Coin purse. Sock.
That's awesome.
It's a baby sock made into a coin purse. It is a sock.
But it's good for children to keep their change.
I don't know. It doesn't seem very durable. So I think it's
for kids. How much change do they have?
I said durable. Kids are dirty, and this is white.
Yeah. Number 2, we had some debate on what was the number 2 and number 1. I think this is the most ridiculous, but Tracy won the argument. So this is the Pump It Up inflatable broad pad inserts for women. So you put these,
and if he's being honest, he only bought it
in
for
your
the
bra.
Pictures.
You pump them up like this. Like
I'm
little
wearing
Reebok
them
pumps.
right now.
No, she's not.
No.
When you stick them under, and they give you a half to 2 full cup sizes. So Pump It Up inflatable bra pad inserts come in at number 2.
They're ridiculous. Okay.
I think the number 1.
Number 1, the true number 1 choice is the New Choice pregnancy test. Ladies, if you are basing your future on a dollar pregnancy test, that's really scary there.
But you can buy a lot of them.
But they're wrong.
You can test a lot. Over.
But it's wrong.
And over.
This is the
wrong
choice.
This
is the number 1 most ridiculous thing you can buy. So basically, you're
and that was
just
only $10.
peeing on a stick.
Over.
11. You're just peeing on a stick just for the fun of it.
But again, you can get a lot. You can test.
Wrong. You can test.
So I say the Pump It Up bra pad inserts. Tracy says the pregnancy test for $1. What do you think? And if you found something at the dollar store that you think's ridiculous, let us know what it is. With that, we'll get to our interview with Sean Lilly Wilson of Fullsteam Brewery.
Woo!
We'd like to welcome Chief Executive Optimist and founder of Fullsteam Brewery, Sean Lilly Wilson, to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Thanks for being here. So our first question is, you went to Wheaton College, which was founded by an abolitionist preacher, dry campus, no drinking at all, to owning
a brewery.
Operating your own brewery.
That's correct. Was there a question in there?
Yes. How?
Well, the story is long and unfolding. I mean, I graduated in '92, so a lot happens in that time frame. But yeah, I went to Wheaton College, met my wife there. It's Billy Graham's alma mater, but it was also Wes Craven's alma mater of Nightmare on Elm Street fame. Maybe somewhere in between the two.
I'm glad to hear that.
Not so Wes Craven. When you were there?
Communications and sociology.
Okay.
So doing this sort of thing is, I dig it.
So right before you founded Fullsteam, you were working as an analyst Is that right? And you were writing 15 to 20 page reports. That's what I saw.
Yes.
Researching and writing those reports.
Riveting stuff, isn't it?
Sounds awful. Is that what kind of drove you? Was that a big factor in you actually starting your business?
Yes and no. And so what I mean is, yes, it drove me to do that, not because of it being not exciting, but because it gave me the freedom as an independent contractor, kind of just to break away from working for other people, to gain confidence on things like how you pay for insurance, how you manage the things that a lot of people can't get over when they dream about starting their own business, the hurdles, even the financial difficulties that came with working for yourself and earning your own money. It gave me the confidence to say, I can do this, I can work for myself and break away from the corporate world. That's the sort of the yes part, and then the no part is, it's just I enjoyed it. It was good for me. I delved right into the work. I like writing, so it was perfect.
Right. What was the biggest challenge to overcome in actually making that jump?
I would say the health insurance, because as you know, we've talked about, I've had some health challenges and all of that, and that was one of those things that I was worried that I would not be able to overcome, but we did. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So when did you and your wife get married?
We were married in '93, October 23rd. So we've been married 20 years. I was married when I was 6 or 7, I forget.
Yeah.
Yes, us too.
Yeah.
So you brought up your diagnosis, and what was that diagnosis?
Yes, focal segmental glomerular sclerosis, a kidney disease that I was first diagnosed with in 1999. And it just slowly eroded my kidney function to the point where I needed a transplant in 2006.
Your wife actually donated one of her kidneys to you.
She was a match, a blood type match, and she's an incredible person. And we were very fortunate that she was willing, that I was in need, that there was the match there. And so we've been going strong, me with 3 kidneys and her with 1. I mean, that's the weird thing about kidney transplants. They actually don't take out the non-functioning ones.
And you keep it.
Yeah, so I have 3 kidneys now.
And I imagine you don't win very many arguments in your house. Right?
I defer to her a lot.
I mean, how does that go? She would, wash the dishes. I gave you my kidney.
Exactly. It's kind of true.
Yeah.
No, but
Does
she doesn't need to
touch her
say.
side, like,
she doesn't need to say it.
No.
She deserves a lot of love and respect, not just for that, but for being a great mom and supporting me in the Fullsteam venture and all of that. She's a wonderful woman.
I think it's pretty incredible. I mean, obviously when you're married, you have somebody else's heart, but you literally have a part of her inside you. So you're
definitely, yeah. We are bound by flesh, and what's amazing about it is that it gave me another chapter in life, and that really, if anything, going back, Matthew, to your question, that was the impetus to start Fullsteam, was to say, I'm healthy now, I can do this, and I didn't do it right after the transplant, which was 2006. Fullsteam opened in 2010. But it gave me that confidence to start working on it and making that transition and saying, now is the time to go full steam ahead.
Right. Before that, you were working on the Pop the Cap campaign.
Pop the Cap was a grassroots effort from 2003 to 2005 in which we lobbied aggressively to lift the alcohol cap on beer in North Carolina. So from 1935 to 2005, brewers couldn't brew beer above 6% and retailers couldn't sell beer above 6% alcohol. And that's about a third of the world's beer styles that were illegal in the state for a very archaic reason. Myself and a bunch of other people started this lobbying effort to get rid of this archaic law, and it took 2 years of volunteer work, but we were successful ultimately.
Well, we'd like to thank you for that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Lots of headaches and hangovers resulting from the consumption of IPAs and barley wines and all of that kind of stuff.
No,
Speaking of hangovers, when you go to reunions for Wheaton College, have you been to a reunion?
I have not.
I wonder what your classmates.
Well, there's I have a friend who works on the magazine, and she basically is like, "Yeah, you'll never be written about."
That's hilarious.
All right.
So what's next for the business? So Fullsteam, what's your kind of future goal in the next 5 years?
Oh, 5 years. We will be a radically different business by then, still keeping the heart of what we do as making distinctly Southern beer, building community and doing some innovative things, but we'll be fully on in packaging mode. We'll likely, if we're going at the rate we're going now, have a second facility. We're doing production brewery off-site and really scaling to the potential that's out there ahead of us. We're really excited.
Right. Has it gone as well as you thought it would?
It's gone about like I thought it would, with a lot more challenges along the way, if that makes sense. We've been very fortunate, we're very successful, but it's not an easy business. It's not for the timid. There's a lot of new breweries out there. It's really an exciting time in North Carolina to be a beer lover, with over 100 breweries. And there's a lot of people running breweries that are, working really hard to make them successful. So I would say to to your fans, going out and supporting local craft beer really helps those businesses succeed. It makes a big difference.
Final question. So when can we get a ride in the Dodge? Tell people, our viewers, about
Mullet,
the Dodge.
I have this truck called the Mullet. It's a 1967 Dodge A100. It looks like the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine with the back lopped off, and it's a lot of fun, and it runs about 2 or 3 times a year. So when that happens, let's plan on it.
Let us know.
We love it.
Absolutely.
Well, Sean, thanks for being on the show.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it.
So much.
And that's the Lowdown on Sean Lilly Wilson.